Welcome to Two-Day English Story. Don't forget, like and subscribe. My name is Emma. I am 23 years old. I live in a small city called Willow Creek with my father and my younger sister. I work at a small coffee shop in the city center. I like my job because I love meeting people and making coffee. But one morning, something very strange happened to me. It was a cold, rainy morning in October. I woke up early because I had an early shift at the cafe. When I checked my phone, I saw a message from my best friend, Sophie. The message said, "Emma, please come to the train station today. I really need you. 11 a.m., platform 5. I did not understand. Why did Sophie want me to go to the train station? She didn't say anything else. I called her, but her phone was switched off. I looked at the clock. It was already 9 a.m. I only had 2 hours to get ready and reach the train station. I put on my favorite jeans, a warm blue sweater, and my black boots. I grabbed my raincoat and my small black umbrella. My dad was making breakfast. I told him, "Dad, I have to go to the train station. Sophie needs my help." My dad looked at me with worry. He said, "Be careful, Emma. Call me if you need anything." I left the house and walked to the bus stop. The rain was falling heavily. I got on the bus. It was crowded with people going to work. I found a small space near the door. The windows were foggy, and I watched the city pass by. After 30 minutes, I reached the train station. The station was big and full of noise. People were rushing everywhere with bags and suitcases. I looked for platform 5. It took me 10 minutes to find it because the signs were not clear. But when I reached there, Sophie was not there. I waited for 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, then 20 minutes. Still no Sophie. I felt worried and confused. I looked around and saw a young boy sitting alone on a bench. He was holding a small bag and looking very sad. I walked slowly to him and asked, "Hey, are you okay?" He looked up. His eyes were red, like he had been crying. He said, "I lost my ticket. I don't know how to go home now." I sat down beside him. I said, "My name is Emma. Maybe I can help you. What's your name?" He said his name was Oliver. He told me he was visiting his grandmother, but he dropped his train ticket somewhere. He was scared to call his mom. I gave him a small chocolate from my bag and told him, "Don't worry, we will find a way." Just then, my phone rang. It was Sophie. I quickly answered, "Sophie, where are you?" Sophie sounded scared. She said, "Emma, where are you?" I said, "I'm at platform 5, waiting for you." Sophie said, "Oh no, I'm at platform 3. Please come quickly. I'm really scared." I looked at Oliver and said, "Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back." I ran through the station to platform 3. My shoes were wet, and my hair was damp from the rain. When I reached platform 3, I saw Sophie sitting on the floor near a ticket machine. She looked so scared. "Sophie," I called. She looked up and ran to me. She hugged me tightly. "Emma, I didn't know who to call. I was so scared," she said. "What happened, Sophie?" I asked. She whispered, "I think someone is following me." My eyes opened wide. "Who? Why would someone follow you?" Sophie said, "I don't know. I saw a man on my bus. He kept looking at me. When I got down, he got down too. Now he's here somewhere." I looked around. People were walking everywhere. Then Sophie pointed slowly at someone near the small cafe. "That's him." She whispered. I looked and saw a man in a dark green jacket and a black beanie hat. He was standing near the cafe, pretending to look at his phone. I felt my heart beat faster. "Stay here," I said. "I'll go talk to him." But when I stepped forward, the man looked at us and quickly walked away. We stood there, watching him disappear into the crowd. Sophie said, "Do you believe me now?" I nodded. Yes, let's tell the station security. We went to the help desk and told a kind lady everything. She called the security guard. The guard listened carefully and said, "Don't worry, we will check the cameras." Sophie looked a little calmer. She squeezed my hand and said, "Thank you, Emma. I don't know what I would do without you." I said, "Next time, send me the right platform." We laughed a little, but deep inside I was still worried. Then I remembered Oliver, the little boy. I told Sophie, "Wait here. I need to help someone else, too." We went back to platform 5 and found Oliver still sitting there, holding his small bag. Sophie sat with him while I went to the ticket counter. I explained Oliver's problem. The lady at the counter was kind. She said she would call Oliver's mother. When Oliver's mom arrived, she hugged him tightly. She thanked me and Sophie again and again. I felt warm inside. It felt good to help. When we left the station, it was still raining. Sophie and I shared my umbrella. We walked to a small cafe to rest and drink tea. We talked about what happened. Sophie told me she thought her old boy friend might be behind this. He was angry when she left him. I told her, "Don't worry, you are safe now. If he tries anything again, we will tell the police." Sophie smiled weakly. "You're my best friend, Emma," I said, "always." After tea, we took a taxi home. I looked out the window and saw the city lights shining through the rain. Sophie rested her head on my shoulder. I felt tired but strong. So many things happened that day. The strange man helping Oliver, being brave for Sophie. When I got home, my dad and my sister were waiting. They hugged me tight. I told them everything. My dad said, "You are my brave girl." My sister said, "I want to be like you one day." That night I couldn't sleep well. My mind was full of questions, but I knew one thing. I was not alone. I had my family, I had my best friend, and I had a kind heart that helped people. 1 week later, I was making coffee at the shop when someone called my name. I turned and saw Oliver and his mother. They came to thank me again. They brought me a small box of homemade cookies. I felt so happy. That day I understood something important. Sometimes scary things happen, but if we help each other, if we stay brave and kind, we can face anything together.